Stop a second, Tankz. Weren't you a rapper? Have you not ran and left the culture? Or did you flop music and now use a podcaster, my guy? Or what?
I mean, if this is a flop, I don't even know. I mean, I'm due way more. Have I articulated myself properly now, Remain Relevant TV? You understand what I'm trying to say? All right, so Remain Relevant TV has decided to make a video responding to my Central C video. We're going to react to that right now and respond to him, see what he has to say, because I'm a fan of Remain Relevant TV. I like his content. He talks sense. He talks sense. And my brethren told me that Remain Relevant TV made a video about me, and I'm actually very interested to see what he had to say. I know it's going to be a very thought-provoking video. Tankz says Young Spray is the culture and goes off on Central C. What am I hearing on big internet? All right, I'm not subscribed. I'll subscribe now. Yeah, let's see what he has to say.
What's good, people? Make it Relevant TV. Before we get into it, check out the Million Store. Full link down below.
Young Spray's podcast influences a lot of the slang that we use today. That's the culture. I would have rated it more if Young Spray got a podcast after that. But the guy ain't even give you a podcast, bro. The guy's leeching off of the culture to push this image, and he ain't even giving you an interview, bro. Quite a few of the interviews I've done, it's people saying, yeah, bro, I watch your content. You watch my content? Yeah, cool, come through. Let's do an interview. Boom, bang, bing. If you rate the guy so much, do an interview with him. But you didn't do an interview with him. And I understand Young Spray's podcast is a little bit mad and it's not best for your brand image, but that's the culture.
That's your culture and your mindset. You know that? What? Yeah, so what is being in there? I keep hearing man saying culture. You have Tankz screaming culture. Central C is not the culture. Yeah, so what is being in there? He's screaming big bad spizzle. Duh! Is the culture. Yes, so what my ear?
Okay, obviously I don't mean Young Spray is the culture, bro. But Young Spray contributes a lot to the culture. I'm not sure how old Remain Relevant TV is, but Young Spray has a big impact on the way younger people speak. You might not see it because you're unk. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean that in a rude way, but Young Spray does have a big influence on it. And let's see what else he has to say first.
From this boy Tankz. What happened to you, my guy?
So you calling me this boy Tankz, so you're unks, and it's cool though. It's cool. Unks can talk to me like that. It's calm.
This is the culture to you.
One more time. Who in there can govern? Who in there can govern? All right. Can you govern? Who in there can govern? Who in there can govern?
What? Yeah, so what is being in there? But make we look into it. Tankz is screaming, yo, Central C should have went on Big Bad Spizzle podcast and give him the leverage he need.
My whole point was that Young Spray, whether you agree with it or not, Remain Relevant, has an impact on the culture. He contributes to the culture. Culture is not always positive. There are negatives to every single culture across the whole world, okay? I'm not saying he should have gone on there, but he didn't go on there. And my whole question throughout the video was, what has this guy contributed to the culture? For him to have this God status, this protective shield where it's like nobody can say anything about Sench. What has he contributed to the culture that warrants him having that? That was the whole premise of my video, but let's continue.
Yeah, so Tankz, my guy, everybody you went to school with, when you bump into them now, if you do you say hi, hello, let's go and eat some dinner, or do you say hi, hello, bye? Because Central
depends, innit? I might say hi, hello, let's get some dinner. Depends.
Central C invite him to a music shoot. Central C give him paid trainers. You feel like Central C should sit down with him? Are you high or what, boy? Tankz, you're trying to use psychology for trying to get for that boy's brain cells. He have an audience, he have a following, he's feeding his people, and people beyond the culture you keep chatting about. You're that other boy from over Saw. Aki, he's gone beyond that culture. You know, the culture that drag you down, the culture that try to body you, the culture that try to set you up, the culture that try and ruin you. Yeah, that culture there, sir. The one where your mum will sell her sister money over Saw and the sister go build a house with your mother's cash. Yeah, that culture there, sir. We don't want to hear about that culture around yes, sir. In fact, Tankz, you and that boy, Aki, tell me what this culture is.
Man's an advocate for our culture. Like, man's an advocate for our culture. Like, people that are actively doing stuff, people that are trying to go down certain directions and provide and set good examples, and Rimsey's one of them. Now, we're going to go on to Nines.
I can't believe you said Big Bad Spizzle. Is the culture, my guy. Failed rapper, admitted Kuba boy.
But you lot still watch him. His podcast is one of the biggest in the UK for a reason. Because you lot love to watch him. And like you Remain Relevant. You get hella content because of this guy. Young Spray provides you with a lot of content. And as I said earlier, Young Spray contributes a lot to the culture. You might just not see it, but he does. Everybody in that room where that madness was going on, bro, everyone in that room is a product of the culture. But the question he asks is, what is this culture? What is the culture? You just showed Bouncer speaking. Bouncer is a product of the culture. Me sitting over here, I am a product of the culture. The way I'm speaking. Because look, let's look up the definition of culture. The ideas, customs, and social behavior of a particular people or society. Cool. So the culture is the way we speak. Because yes, we're speaking English. You are also speaking English. But you are speaking patois. How I am speaking now, I am speaking in, some would call it, London urban street slang accent. It's a unique accent. You can't fake this accent. People try and emulate this accent. They can't. When I'm speaking, this is how I speak. You know, traditions, things that, norms, things that we don't accept. You don't accept snitches. UK rap is a product of this culture. Now, you don't seem to know what it is. The UK rap is a product of this culture. And if you are a snitch in UK rap, or if you have snitching allegations on your name, it tends to hurt your rap career because it's all part of the culture. The way we dress, the way people dress, you know, the swag, that's all part of the culture. A hatred for the police, a strong disdain for the police, that is a part of the culture. People saying this is my ends, this is my block, that's a part of the culture. And I know people say like, oh, people saying it's their block, their ends, even though your parents don't own anything there, which is very true. But the ends feels like home because when you come from a certain type of upbringing or you grow up in a certain area, the ends is like home. That sense of community. Yo, boss man, even chicken and chip shops, you might be thinking, oh, how are chicken and chip shops part of the culture? Nobody from the culture owns chicken and chip shops. Chicken and chip shops are a big part of the culture because when you go to these affluent areas, these richer areas, there are still chicken and chip shops, but there's not nearly as many as there are in the ends. Amelia, that chicken shop date woman, bro, she's taken that, look, what's she even doing now, bro? I can imagine she's on another stratosphere now. Look at this. Wow. She's got A-list Hollywood stars on her now. You know what I mean? This is the woman in that's this actor in Wicked, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's getting Hollywood stars on there. And this entire platform was built off of the culture. And it has nothing to do with race before people say, oh, you're just getting onto them because they're white. It's like, bro, why are you bringing race into this, bro? Being a part of this culture ain't got nothing to do with race. You got people from all type of race, bro. White, black, Asian, Hispanic, bro, any type of race, bro, Filipino, bruv, I've seen it all. But if we go down to her oldest videos, and she's been doing this for 11 years, you know what I'm saying? Big ups to her for the work ethic and leveling up the platform. But who's on here? 6'7", AJ Tracy, Avelino, Corrupt FM, Krypton Conan, Santan Dave, Notes, Big Nasty, Suspect, Lady Leisha, Heady One. If you try and tell me that this platform wasn't built off of the culture, bro, I have a bridge to sell you, innit? Even the way we speak, I've said already, the way we speak, it's changing. This is just to show you what I mean by culture. Because you're Jamaican, yeah? I don't know if you were born here, maybe born in England, went back home, or born in Jamaica, and your family brought you over here. It's sounding more like that. But the culture in the UK has always been had a lot of West Indian influence and American influence. It's always been like that. But as you can see now, maybe you can't see it, but I can see it. The culture's starting to change because we were the first ones here. When I say we, I'm talking about us West Indians, brother. You know what I mean? Windrush. The stories that my granddad and I'm sure your family members who first came here have as well. That's why I expect... it's disappointing hearing from you saying what culture. I'd expect you to understand even more. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but now you got guys that ain't even Muslims saying wallahi, ak. Like I use, like, even though you take the piss out of Bouncer calling him the aki, like I say yo ak, like, you know, like these things are becoming more common. And there's more words off of the top of my head that I can't really think of right now. But because of all the wars that have happened in the Middle East, that it's debatable. We're not getting into politics here, but people think that it was England, America responsible for all of these wars. America was definitely responsible for the Iraq war. I don't know why my camera's glitching. And the devastating things that have gone on in Africa as well. What's currently going on in Congo. What's been happening in Western Sahara that people don't talk about. What's been going on in East Africa. What close to yet. All these places, the things that have been going on has led to more people coming here from different backgrounds. And that has impacted the culture. That's what's changed the culture. And you might be saying like, oh, but like that's all negative. Like, what is that culture? All this negative stuff. Bro, the music, the business, the amount of money in UK rap, that is a positive of the culture. That is a product of the culture, the creativity, the trends, the fashion trends, the social media trends. A lot of the words that we come up with, they get popular on social media and it starts trends and it allows people to build up their own social media brands, their personal brands off of this stuff. Those are the positives of the culture and there are the negatives. And every culture has its positives and negatives. I lived in Asia for 6 months. In Asia, ladyboys are a big part of the culture out there. Does that mean everybody in Asia want to be ladyboy? Please, come on, man. In some cultures, incest is normalized, bro. Does that mean everybody from that culture, everybody from that background partakes in incest? No, it doesn't. But it is a part of the culture. Positives and negatives. No culture is perfect. No culture doesn't have a dark history. No culture is, you get what I'm saying. I think I've explained that enough. Let's continue.
Fail, bad boy. That's the culture. Oh, the Ross. Who is being in there? In fact, Tankz, ask your mother and your father, who would they rather you look up to in life? When you was a 15-year-old little boy, ask your mother, father, then come back with this culture chat. Your chat.
But brother, here's what I'm saying. Nobody's looking up to Young Spray, bro. Nobody's looking up to Young Spray. Even the young'uns, nobody's looking up to Young Spray, bro. It's entertainment. Same how you lot watch Young Spray's podcast just to clown him. It's entertainment, bro. It's entertainment. We can't be here trying to police what the youth look at and that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I used to be on that when I was younger. I've changed my mind on that now. Where people say things like, oh, look what the young girls are looking up to. Look what the young guys are looking up to. Bruv, we live in an era of unfiltered internet now, bro. I don't know why nowadays we act like teenagers. When you're that age, you don't go through phases and you grow out of them, bro. Some people don't grow out of them. They're the waste men. You know what I mean? I grew out of so many phases. I used to be banging games, bro. I used to be banging out FIFA, bro, trying to qualify for FIFA tournaments where I qualified for E-Premier League once. Fun fact about me, qualified for the E-Premier League, bro, in the first year it came out, bro. That's how much of a bang out I was on FIFA, bro. And now I barely ever play games, bro. It's that people go through phases anyway, but I get what you're saying, though, Remain Relevant. I get what you're saying.
And we'll see what you say then. In fact, get something right. Central C is appealable, he's sellable, and he's marketable, my guy. Let's not forget the culture you're chatting about.
Why is he marketable, though? Why is he marketable? You're Jamaican. You know it. People in Jamaica be bleaching their own skin, bruv, to appear more marketable. That's crazy. I don't know if I'm going to leave that in the video. I probably am, because I'm leaving this unfiltered, bro. That's why he's marketable. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room here. That's just how it is. I'm not here complaining about that. I'm just saying that is how it is. Trying to ignore it and act like it doesn't exist is stupid. That's why he's more marketable, because he appeals to more people. But to be fair, we're in England, bro. We live in England. We're in Europe, okay? Of course, a white rapper is going to appeal to more people in Europe, okay? That just makes sense. People will tell me he's not white. He's half white, bro, okay? He's half white, all right?
Nines. Oh, yeah. Hold up. What's Nines done for the culture?
Oh, I might have to stop this video, bro. How can a man say what's Nines done for the culture? Bro, Nines was making movies in the hood. You know how many guys Nines has put onto acting? What? How many comedians? Nines and his whole set put each other on. They help put each other on, bro. What are we talking about here? What has Nines done? What type of bollocks is this? You see, hearing this as a guy who's from Harsden, bro, it's just outrageous to me. What's Nines done for the culture? What's Nines done for the culture? Line of Fire feature with Scraps, that's doing something for the culture. Crop Circle 2, a film by Nines. Crop Circle, all these Crop Circle videos, bro. That is doing something for the culture. And people might ask, oh, well, how's him putting on M.R doing anything for the culture? Well, a lot of the UK urban street culture is has a lot of Caribbean influence, you know what I mean? Has a lot of West Indian influence, all right? So that is something that is contributing to the culture. Like, do we even need to go through all of the actors, all of the comedians Nines has put on, bro? This is Crop Circle 2. Look at all these young people he's putting on. Look, bro, like,
come on, man. But I need look at you. Look.
Billy the Goat. He featured Billy the Goat in his last film.
I haven't hit you on the head talking about a cat.
Paps.
Fucking joking, bro.
My brother Paps. He got Paps into acting. Paps, one of the most underrated comedians in this country, bro. Underrated comedians in this country. It pisses me off how underrated my brother Paps is, bro. Put Paps in his movie, bro. What's Nines done for the culture? Please.
Ask that question. Because come like, man, run away from question they should be asking. Why ain't we not asking that question, Tankz boy and Aki from Koyovasa? Oh, you's afraid. I see it. So you know what, Ask?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Let's keep going.
Koyovasa. Oh, you's afraid. I see it. So you know what, Ask?
You see wrong. You saw very wrong.
Nines, Rimsey and them boy there the question, what have they done for the culture? But you want...
What's Rimsey done for the culture? Oh, my. Let me see if I can find that video of Rimsey. All right. Now, I want you guys to watch this video. All right. I want you to watch this video. All right. Rimsey's over there. That's Rimsey. All right. This is Rimsey back in, when was this? 2012? Yeah, 2012. Olympics. The year of the Olympics. Bro, the Olympics is going on and this was Rimsey. Unmarked police car. What does Rimsey do? He fires a gun at the police. And he makes the police get scared and start reversing. Look at him now, 13 years later. Inspiring the youth. This is my favorite, one of my favorite UK rap songs of all time, by the way. Look, outside of his business, it's not there anymore. They ended up closing it down, but he opened a business, right? Own properties. What's Rimzy done for the culture? Is that a serious question? I'm sorry, Remain Relevant TV, bro. Rimzy has shown people who contribute to the culture indirectly. They don't realize they're contributing to the culture. The culture's not all positive flowers and rainbows. Not every culture is positive. If you look at cultures around the world, it's all about your mind. It's all about your perception. Because there are certain countries where there's disgusting things that go on, and there are certain countries who think the culture here is disgusting. But not every culture is flowers and rainbows. Every culture has its ups and it has its downs. So the 16-year-old on the street rolling around with a shank, robbing civilians for phones and stuff like that, that is indirectly contributing to the culture. He is indirectly contributing to the culture, if that makes sense. Now the question, what's Rimzy done for the culture? Rimzy coming out of, I think he did like, what, 9 years in jail, got very lucky for what he did. Only getting 9 years for shooting at a police officer. He gets out, he changes his life around, he's on his gym grind, he's opening businesses, he's being an entrepreneur. He's showing that 16-year-old that there's more to life. And Rimzy is still contributing to the culture because that's where he comes from. He is the culture. The way he speaks, that is the culture, bro. Rimzy will go on podcasts. I'm terrible with messages and stuff, but Rimzy's due to come on here in the near future. So I would say someone who served 9 years in jail has done as much for the culture as he can. Even here, this Rimzy's business that he had by Stamford Bridge. Stamford Bridge is Chelsea Stadium, Chelsea Football Club, huge football club. Certainly the second biggest team in London behind, come on you Spurs, Europa League champions. I can't get the flag out, but you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, Chelsea and my team, Tottenham, you know, we've got European trophies, and a certain other club that came from Woolwich to North London doesn't have any European trophies, but I digress. I'm a diehard Tottenham fan. I'm very invested into the football culture, but football culture was built by white people. Football was historically a white sport. They wouldn't allow black players from other races to participate. That has changed now, but football hooliganism is a negative of football culture. It's still around, but it used to be way more prevalent back in the day, and a lot of them used to be racist. But now, even one of my uncle's friends, closest friends, who's a Tottenham fan, diehard Tottenham fan, who goes to every game. He's black, by the way. He's a football hooligan himself. But when football started off, there weren't no money in it, but now it's billions. Premier League teams, billions. Most valuable sports league in the world, if I'm correct. Has hundreds of millions of people tuning in to watch it. That was all built off of football culture. And in the past, it has a lot of racist history and it's dark. But now in the present day, it's still got its negatives. There's still hooliganism, still racism. There's still a whole lot of corruption in there. But it's this whole football culture has become very valuable to the country. The Premier League is very valuable to the British economy. The amount of tax footballers pay, because footballers are on payee, if I'm correct. So they pay a crap load of tax. Yeah, there's noise. Yeah, there's fans fighting. Yeah, the residents living around there aren't the happiest. But what I'm getting at here, guys, is the people who contribute to the football culture, even the culture of the individual clubs, are everything. That without them, there is no club. There is no Premier League. Even the racist alcoholic who beats his wife, who has a season ticket and goes to every game, it's a negative of football culture. It's a negative. You know what they say? I think there was a stat that said whenever England loses, domestic violence calls go up. You know, that's terrible. That's a negative. But without that, there is no culture. There's no football clubs. There's no football culture. Without all of the negatives that come with UK street culture, without all of the negatives, without all of the terrible things that happen, the violence, there would be no culture. That's what I'm getting at, guys, all right? And people like Rimzy are trying to change the culture. They're actually helping to change the culture. When I was rapping and I was in my scam rap era and I was living that life that I'm not proud of and that I'm still repenting for, I influenced a lot of kids coming up to scam instead of trap, to scam instead of be violent. All of them are terrible things, and I'm old enough now to understand that they're terrible things, and I'm not happy with what I did, bro. But I made it cool. I made it trendy. That's why a lot of kids coming up these days are aspiring to be that. But the culture influences UK rap. It will always influence UK rap because this culture is where UK rap has originated from. So guys like Rimzy are doing the important work and trying to change it. Instead of trying to aspire to be a bad man, aspire to be a businessman. Anyway, back to the video.
Jump on the local bandwagon with a boy who look white. Oh, I see. Select.
It's not about race. No one's jumping on no bandwagon. I'm just giving my opinion. If you watch my videos before about Central C, about the topic, I had a similar stance to you. But we'll get to that later on. Let's let him finish.
Picking and politics. We not select nothing around Yasso. Everybody have to ask this question. Ooh, what musician, what rapper? Hold up, wait a second. I can think of one. Bugsy Malone. He's done good things for the culture. Or has he? I don't know. I would like to know.
Yes, he has.
Ooh, and what is this culture I keep...
Bugsy Malone has inspired so many people in Manchester, bro. Like, there's not even a question what's he done for the culture. That's what he's done for the culture.
Hearing about. Hold up, Skepta. What's he done for the culture? He ran off and left the culture. Hold up, Rich 32. What's he done for the culture? What they done? I can't hear no chat about these, man. In fact...
What's Skepta done for the culture? Skepta jumped on a Plugged In 2021. Skepta jumped on K-Trap's Warm. You know, when Warm went from warm to piping hot, Skepta jumped on that. You know what I mean? Jumped on the remix to give it more traction. In 2020, Skepta linked up with Chip and Young Ads. And Skepta is a superstar, bro. Skepta is a creative genius. Skepta linked up with Az. Az is a part of the culture. I know you lot you can have a love Az or hate Az. Az is a part of the culture. He's a voice in the culture. And he invited Az to his headquarters. And him and Az are working behind the scenes.
Tankz, and he left the culture and he quit. What, Yasso? What is being in there? So how is it everybody jumping on this boy? Ooh, look white. Stop beg on this being.
It's not about race, bro. Jesus Christ. Nothing to do with the fact he's white, bro. Please.
Central C, direct message to you, my guy. Don't make man use psychology for drag you back down. Use where everybody in this so-called entertainment and this business want to be. You do what you need to do. Keep pushing. Make them gal there wear the batty rider to your show. Make them man there buy your tickets and keep do what you need to do. What about them boy there, failed rapper? Hold up a second, Tankz. Weren't you a rapper? Have you not ran and left the culture? Or did you flop music and now use a podcaster, my guy? Or what?
I mean, if this is a flop, I don't even know. I mean, I'm due way more of these, actually, to be honest with you. That 20 million plaque, that's more like 100 million now, you know? I mean, Remain Relevant TV. I mean, let's check his channel. And his channel's doing well. Big ups to him, man. His channel's doing well. I want to see him keep growing, to be honest. He's a comedian, clearly. You know what I'm saying? You can't take guys like this too seriously because you take it seriously, they can just flip it on a joke thing. You know what I'm saying? Who is texting my phone, bruv? Remain Relevant. Stop texting my phone, bruv. Ugh, I ain't even got time for that right now. Cool. Oldest video. So Remain Relevant's been in this thing for like 5 years, all right? You've been doing this for a while. I ain't gonna have anyone question my standing within this culture, ever. I mean, if you want to say nearly 200,000 monthly listeners when I ain't dropped a song in like a year is a flop, but you need to do your history. You need to do some checks on your history, my guy, all right? I've been in the content space before I started rapping. People see me as a rapper. I'm not a rapper. I was never a rapper. I was always a content creator that made music. I was making content on TikTok back in 2020, around the same time where you first started posting. I don't know if you've done more in the past, whatever, yeah? Because you're older, I assume you're like Bouncer's age, you know, Bouncer's big bro to man, so I'm not even sure with you, yeah? Not that that's even a problem, just saying, because I can't see you, we don't know you, I don't know your age, I don't know who the hell you are. But I assume you wouldn't have known, you know what I'm saying? But the younger generation, people younger than me, they know my thing, okay? They know my thing, they've been know my thing. So with the early TikTok era, okay, just a history lesson for you, okay? I was one of the first, I previewed my song, London Scammer, the one here, as you can see, with 60 million streams on Spotify, across all platforms, including YouTube, over 100 million plays, all right? It was one of the first drill songs to use TikTok to go international. It helped push the UK drill sound. I'm not just taking credit for that as well. I was a part of it, but Fumes, the engineer, needs his flowers for that as well. Lucy and YA, you know, and TZ. Them man's Plugged In went crazy on TikTok, crazy global. My drill song, London Scammer, went crazy on TikTok, did crazy numbers. A bunch of Plugged Ins went crazy on TikTok, pushed the UK sound out there. And Lucy is white. So it's not a race thing like you keep trying to push in this video, all right? But I don't know whether to take this guy seriously or not because he's a comedian at the same time. But don't question what I've done for the culture, please. I was one of the first people in the UK to be rapping and vlogging at the same time. But there's layers to this stuff, you know what I mean? Like me, I talk about the culture. I am a part of the culture. I've not left anything, all right? You making videos about me, about Bouncer, about Young Spray. You're making videos about people in the culture. Everybody I interview on this platform, everybody I've live streamed with, had come on my podcast. They're a part of the culture. I talk about things that impact the like what? What are you talking about, bruv? Even with what I'm doing now, because don't get twisted, TikTokers, content creators, they are a part of the culture as well, in case you didn't realize. A lot of people tell me I've inspired them. Nearly everybody I've met, everybody I've spoken to in the scene has told me, yo, you inspire me, bro. This is not me on my high horse going like, oh, look at what I've done. No, this is people have told me this, even on live streams, podcasts, people have told me this, bro. People want it to be known because I've inspired them that much according to them. I'm inspiring people years older than me, bro. And I'm inspiring people my age, people younger than me, the next generation coming up, showing them that you can change your life, that you can come off of that bad path, that music, one thing I've always preached is that music is not the only way out, bro. And I'm showing people there's another way out. I'm not just saying it, I'm showing it. But my history's out there, you know what I'm saying? I don't hide it. I stand on what I've done and I'm showing people, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing things. Even back in 2020, yeah, even back in the early TikTok days, all right? Oh, well, I'm not about TikTok. Yep, TikTok, all right? It's a big part of the culture, all right? It's a big part of social media. It's a big part of branding now, okay? You have no idea behind the scenes the amount of big TikTokers you see now who were inspired by me, my early days, bruv. You have no clue, all right? So please, stop this. Don't ever say that again. I don't want to hear that crap again, to be honest. I really don't want to hear that. What have you done for the culture? I don't know if you're taking the piss or not, innit? But you're a comedian. You know what I'm saying? The words that your golden boy Central C are rapping when he's rapping about F, that was impacted and influenced by me, by my song that you still hear on memes. You still hear it when you scroll on TikTok, Instagram, years later. That is cultural impact, bro. Again, I don't expect you to know this, bro, but that is the impact, bro. The word click it. That is all stuff that I've added to the culture. Am I the sole reason for it? No, but I pushed it. Am I proud of it? No. I've moved past it, bro, and I'm repenting for that. But the culture has its positives and negatives, as I keep on reiterating. And people even ask me under my Central C video, well, who did you put on, Tankz? Who did you put on? Let's check my features. Because the industry weren't trying to take me in. The first feature I did was with my brother Terry from Montreal. Because I was making headway, you know, my songs were doing good, rapping about scamming. I thought, okay, cool, maybe we can start a new subgenre called scam rap in the UK. Let me try to take it international. That's why I collab with Terry. Terry is the biggest scam rapper from Montreal. I hopped on a song with Oz. Oz has 685 monthly listeners now. I gave him his most streamed song. He was doing his thing. He saw the vision. He wanted me to make a song with him. I just made a song with him. No feature fee, nothing. We've got the Swipe remix. I hopped on the Swipe remix with Lazy because Lazy saw the vision. No feature fee. I hopped on the remix with Tankz and Oz. Big up Tankz as well. Tankz is doing his thing. Yeah, Tankz dropped in May. Big up to Tankz, man. You know, genuine brother when I met him. Cool guy. Big up Leeds Town. I ain't getting nothing from doing this. This is in 2022. Now, not to toot my own horn, London Scammer is the biggest scam rap song in the world. You know, even bigger than TJX6 song, all that. It's the biggest scam song in the world. And I see Tom as the founder of scam rap in the UK. Tom inspired me. Instead of trying to claim it for myself, what do? I asked Tom, yo, do you want to come on the London Scammer remix? Remix didn't do as well as the main song, but it was paying homage to Tom. G4 Boys was meant to be on here. G4 Chop was meant to be on here, but you can see the video I made on him. Well, I'll probably link it on the screen. He's a clown. He's a joker. But Tom, I've given Tom his most streamed song. Big up Simi's 7 Days UK remix as well. He's still doing his thing. So I'm coming from a genuine place. Don't think I'm just saying what I know people want to hear. This is how I am. This is how I have always been. Even when I was doing things I weren't proud of. This has always been my mind. This is how I've always been.
Whatever you call it, a blogger, I don't know. Wherever it is, my guy, you're now sitting chatting. So therefore, have you not left the culture? Where's your culture? You sell out. Cultural boy, sell out. You sold out, my guy. You was a part of culture, as you say, but you left it. So now you...
Nigga, I'm still in the culture. I'm helping push the culture even more. What are you talking about, bro? All right, cool.
You want to tell Central C for do this and do that. Stop your chatting and say if you're a foolish psychology for little kids who give a damn. You know that. As for you so there, sir. Oh yeah, let me not forget. Hockey boy, stop your beg.
By the way, no one's telling Central C to do anything, by the way. No one's telling Central C to do shit. Who am I? I ain't telling no one to do nothing. I ain't here to tell nobody to do nothing, by the way. The whole point of my video, and let me summarize it, because this video's gone on for way longer than I thought it would. The entire point of my Central C video was to make people think, and I'm happy that you've made this video because this is exactly what I was looking for. I've defined culture for you now, all right? I've defined culture for you. I've defined what the culture is, in my opinion. This guy has greatly benefited from the culture, and the only question I asked is, what has this guy actually done to put back into the culture. I'm not telling this, and just to clarify as well, I'm not telling you that this guy needs to do anything. Nobody needs to. Who the fuck am I to tell anyone they need to do anything? I'm just saying, if he's not putting back in, why is everyone afraid to say the truth about this guy, that he's not from the streets, that he used to have his hair in a bun and that? There's nothing wrong with that, but why is it seen as such a problem to say that? Why has he got these? And again, this is where it comes, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been in the music industry. Bouncer is in the music industry. So we know what we're talking about when we're talking about this stuff, that this guy's being protected, bro. Remain Relevant TV, I'm not sure what you've done, who you are, but we know what we're talking about, bro. Everyone is afraid to talk about this guy. Then you've got Young Spray, somebody who, as much as you might not agree with it, or you might not think so, or you might not see it, Young Spray contributes a lot to the culture. He is not the culture, but he contributes a lot to the culture. And you lot watch his show anyway. And all he can do is pose with my man, give him some trainers, and Young Spray's smiling. It's like, okay, what's that doing for my man? what's that doing for Young Spray? Central C episode would have taken things to the next level. I showed you guys Amelia, chicken shop date woman. She's still getting, you know, rappers on there. She understands that the culture helped her get to the position that she's in, on top of the hard work that she's put in herself. I'm not going to take that away from her. That's why people like Amelia and people rate her. But this Central C guy, if you talk about him and say this guy's not from the streets, you're going to get a Sony A&R, senior Sony A&R come for you. You're going to have people in the industry maybe not trying to associate with you because you said this about Sench, because you said that about Sench. Why are you protecting this guy? What's he? That's the question I'm asking. And in response, you've just said, what is the culture? Oh, Central C, keep doing your thing. Oh, man, don't let it slide. Bruv, you're missing the whole point. Like, you're here, the point's here. You've missed the whole point, but not everyone's going to understand. You know what I mean? His right hand, his old friend said it, bro. He said it, okay? He said it. Word out there is the guys that he's associating with are only with him because of the bread. Because he was not like that, and he did not have that credibility in his ends, bro. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's what I've heard, okay? Have I articulated myself properly now? Remain Relevant TV. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? This is content still. This is content. Aye.
You know why I chat to you, you beg. Nines, I'm sure he definitely don't want to chat to you, because he knows you's a brown noser and a fully blown beg. So stop your chat with your red eye. Nines set up a company, a thing, and then you want come tell we yeah, so like he sold 500 million and he's done this and he's beat Glastonbury in season tickets. About Rimsey's now on TikTok selling hats. And now you want come tell we like we for say, yo, them man there sold billions and trillions. Now pocket watch, you beg. Red eye boy. As for you youths out there.
It's easy to talk from the sidelines though. You know what I mean? Because people always seem to attach me and Bouncer together. I don't want you to do that. Because Bouncer's his own guy. But even Fumes, even when Fumes DM me, Fumes like, oh, what's your boy Bouncer saying? I'm like, first of all, that's not my boy. That's not my boy. Okay, I didn't even meet him in person until that, bro. You know what I mean? Stop sticking us together, bro. All right? Like, stop it. I'm Tankz, okay? Like, please. Bouncer's cool. We're cool in person, but, bruv, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like it, bro. Don't do that.
So get fit know something. If you're going somewhere in life, don't make no fool turn around and tell you, yo, you ain't done enough, you ain't done this, you need to do this. Don't be tricked by nobody, and don't make this word culture fool you or ruin you. The word they use, the culture, is for slow your mindset down. Central C is the genre, and when it comes to culture, I like sweet, fresh mangoes. What do you like? We're made with TV's always, you know. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.
Good video, though. Good video. Good video, and I like Remain Relevant TV still. I like the video. I think we got some great content now. I got some great content. I think this video has been great content, to be honest. The only reason I've even responded to this is because I want this scene to grow. I want this scene to grow. Like, I love this, bro. You challenging my thoughts, me responding to you. We're not gonna agree. We might clash. It's content, bro. You might make a video back at this, dissing the hell out of me, saying whatever, bro. I don't care. It's all content. I don't really give a shit, and I'm sure you don't either. But let's do a background check, though. Let's see, because I've searched up Remain Relevant TV. He was actually, him and Big Ego Media actually had a back and forth problem. I have no interest in watching this, but 7 months ago, Big Ego Media had a problem with him. Oh, look, Remain Relevant TV identity revealed. This guy went and, what?
No way this is relevant, isn't Remain Relevant TV. No way, this is you. I see why you're angry, man. Why you have to talk about other people? Short man syndrome. What are you, 4'4", 4'5", 5 foot? Now that I know your face, it'll be good to meet up. We'll see each other sometime soon anyway. But now I can put a face to the name.
You know what? He didn't take any personal digs at me, so I'm not gonna say anything. No comment, innit? I mean, he tried to say I'm a flop and all of this, but I just put that to lack of industry knowledge and lack of history knowledge, all right, in this scene, in the culture that you fail to understand, all right? I don't know what the back and forth was with these lot. Even Bouncer, what was his problem with Bouncer?
I want to make this video quickly just to send a message to Remain Relevant TV. Listen, like, it's okay to put your hands up and take accountability and say, you know what, man got drawn out. Now, for you, my brother, you may do a lot of things outside of YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, but your YouTube is based on, this is call a spade, my bro. Your YouTube is based on just tearing down the mandem. You get me? Anything the mandem says, boom, we get brushed. And it's funny. You look, I'm like, the shade, brother. Like, it's funny, my bro. You get me? Obviously, knowing that, I'm going down.
Bro, Bouncer, this is, I don't think you can take this Remain Relevant TV guy seriously, bro. Like, I can't take him seriously, bro. He just makes funny content. Like, that's it. Like, I might have even done too much in the reaction. But look, this is him. This is Remain Relevant TV. They're only taking pictures with the marketable women. You know what I mean? Let's see who follows him now. Let's see if he's tapped in. Let's see. Fumes follows him. All right. Let's see. Tiny Boost follows him. I'm gonna follow him. Good video, but I'm clapping back. Come on, man. You gotta keep it civil. You gotta always offer out an olive branch. You know what I mean? Is that what it's called? I might have just completely said that saying wrong. But with every content creator, bro, I don't want problems. I don't want beef, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want problems with anyone. I don't mind. I want to be on good terms with everybody in this space. I don't need problems with anybody, nor do I even want problems with anybody in this space, bro. But if you want the smoke, then you can have it, bro. Trust me. This guy's been on Bouncer's ass, man. Jeez. He's been on Bouncer's ass, bro.
But I've actually got screenshots.
Yeah, so what is big in there? This boy, Aki, is coming to big in there.
It's the way he calls him Aki, bro. That's what gets me every time. That's what gets me every time. Oh, shit. I don't like how the Click It podcast has been cut out.
You don't like that.
Don't
Fact
like
is,
that.
you's upset because you are piece of Fumes' business, my guy. And he don't want to do no business with you. Behind the scenes, what people can't see, you's a beg. And man don't...
You know what I reckon's happened here? I reckon because Fumes follows him, Fumes has definitely given you his version of events in the DMs. He's definitely done that. I guarantee it. He's probably seen one of your videos, DM'd you saying, like, you know, he's on your side because, you know what I'm saying, you're not too fond of Bouncer. And he's probably DM'd you his whole side of the story. And you think you've got the industry scoop and that, bro. You've got Fumes' side of the story. That's what you have. Okay, because I don't see too many mutuals. I see a couple of pages following you and that Remain Relevant, but I don't see any industry people following you, bro. So like, I'm telling you, the industry politics there's way more to it than you think. You just heard Fumes' side of the story, but I can guarantee there's a lot of things that you don't know about that Fumes wouldn't have told you about. Like, Fumes is Grenadian as well, like me, bro. So I'm gonna back him all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna back him all the way.
Now he's begging Festify and Tankz. You can't see why he's begging them. When they chat about this culture, they want to keep it in a small little pocket. And then everybody under one umbrella. And then better get for know, they're not going to let nobody in less than...
That is not true. If that's what you think Bouncer's goal is, and that's an interesting theory, but me, bro, I'll leave the door open. The doors, I will open. I'm opening the door. I'm trying to open the door and leave the door open as I've gone through. Anyone can come in here and say what the hell they want, but I'm not on this gatekeeping nonsense, bro. But that's an interesting theory, though. It's an interesting theory. But I'll tell you this, though, Remain Relevant. Me and Festify, bro, trust me. We do what we want, bro. No, ain't nobody keeping no tabs on us. Trust me.
You're in control. You can't say what this boy is trying to do. Why do you check say he's trying to tell we, Yasser, go and chat about politics? Because you know, once I see that, man's gonna chat about that, and people out Yasser is gonna be aware of it. And that boy Aki from oversaw, he don't want that. Get for no one on this big internet. And don't make a man with a car and shiny objects and talk about helping culture fool your brain. Important to what culture? Not important to culture. He's a con artist like the rest of them. This boy Aki with a squid looking face is right in front of you on your screen, chatting and pretending about culture. Keep it in the culture.
I just got a text from... Who did I get a text from? I think this is Traplow Ross. Yeah, Traplow Ross just texted me saying, I'm going on Spray's podcast. Do you want to hop on? What do you guys reckon? reckon? I chat. He's going, Trap Lil Ross said he's going on there on Wednesday, yeah? I hear what you're saying, Remain Relevant, but that's your theory. You know what I mean? That's your theory. We're all entitled to our opinions. We're all different thinkers. We all think differently, and that's what I like. Man, that's what I like, man. Honestly, I'm glad I did more of a dive into Remain Relevant TV, man. Yeah, he's entertaining, and he's here questioning us. You know what I mean? We need somebody to question us. You know what I mean? Can't just be in here saying what we want to say and having nobody hold us accountable. You know, if you think I'm wrong, question me, bro. Cool. All right. Say nothing. In a bit. Peace.